Right, Yamaha Thunderace carburetors. I'm going to show you how to check them because these have got a bit of a problem with them. The bike was stood for about 4 years, I think, something like that. Now, the reason I'm going to show you these is, if you look at these slides, see how they're moving nice and freely? Can you see that? Yeah? That one there. But that one is solid. So we need to have a look at that. So that one just won't move at all. Look, I can't even get my finger in. Whereas these, all these are free. That one's as solid as a... it's just gone. But it was jammed. But we'll have a look anyway. What I've had to do is loosen these off, because these, there's 3 screws that we're going to take the float balls off. And we're going to take these top chambers off. There's 3 screws that hold the floats on, the balls. Sorry, they're just normal crosshead. Now you've got to make sure that your screwdriver fits perfect, because if it doesn't, you'll more than likely end up rounding the head off, like I did with that one there. So what I had to do was get an hacksaw on it, just to get the thing started. And I've just cut a slit in top of the screw. Right, that screw's knacked, so I need to replace that one. So I'm just going to do these. So 3 screws per pot, per carb should I say. 4 carbs, that's 12 screws. Now I haven't had these off, all I've done is undone them. I've just loosened them. And you can see the difference in some of these screws, like for instance them 2 there, look. See now, that's a nice brassy colour, and that one's all manked up, so obviously something's leaked or... I've taken both the Jubilee clips off on for the rubbers, so there's 8 of them in total. Again, look at that. These should be like a nice greeny colour, but that's something's leaked on it and it's rusted a bit. When we put the cams back on, I'll show you which way to put these Jubilee clips. These, I've loosened these. Look, it's full of crap. There, I don't know if you can zoom in on that. You see how that should be clean, should that? Shouldn't really use metal on alloy, but look at that. So there's obviously something's leaked somewhere. Right, I've undone all them. Oh, I've loosened these off as well. These are your drains to drain the petrol out. So we'll take them off. I'm just going to put them like that. You'll notice that as I'm taking them off, I'm keeping them in line like that. At first glance everything looks alright. There is for some reason a bit of fluid in there, which is, and I don't mean petrol, I mean something else. It looks like a bit of a greasy type stuff. But these are your floats in the carburetors. Right, and these, obviously when the carburetors are on, in fact there's green shit coming out of that, I don't know what that is. When the carbs are on the bike, that will be level, because these are downdrafts. Right, so the floats will be level on the bike like that. Yeah, and then that's where your petrol sits, and these obviously knock the petrol off. Now these are where your jets are in there. I'll come to them in a minute. So all I want to do is just show you what it's like inside there, and exactly the same. Now because I'm going to quickly turn the carbs over, I just want to bang them back on with just one screw or something, because we'll get back to that in a minute. So this is all I'm going to do. We'll take the jets out and we'll show you the jets. So I'm only putting one screw back in just for now. It's just really to hold this float ball on and to stop. Trust me to pick the bloody manky screw up. Because I want to turn it upside down, I want to take them tops off, and I'll show you what it's like in there. That pipe there, that's where your petrol comes in. That's just a water pipe. That's a water pipe. That's your TPS, or your throttle position sensor. This is your tick over. These two here are just overflow pipes. So if for some reason there's too much petrol in, it'll just piss out of them. I've loosened these off again. These were fairly tight on. Now watch when we take this off. I'm only going to take one off at once. Look at the size of that spring there. Alright, big long spring. And these are your slides. Oh, my phone's going. So, really simple. Now, the thing is, when you turn your throttle, it moves them. These move by vacuum. That's what that's for. There's a vacuum created in there when the lids are on, and what it does, it sucks it, and it moves it up like that, so that if you've got your airbox off and your bike's running, you'll see these sort of like going up and down like that, and then when you open your throttle you'll see them go like that. So it isn't the cables on your throttle that's lifting them up, it's the vacuum. All your cables do is turn them, and that's it. Right, so all you need to do when you're doing your carburetors, I'll show you in the second part of the video, is I would take each one off in turn and then just visually check, see if there's any splits in it or out. Now you've got to be fairly delicate with them and just check to see if there's any splits. So what I'm going to do is just put that back in, just quickly put this lid on, and then part two I'll have all these off and I'll show you what it's like with them all off and how to put them back on again. So we'll be back in part two.